Frank, do you want to start us off? Comment about the match?
Obviously, fantastic win for us. I think in the end, to get a clean sheet was important. Under a bit of pressure, obviously, at the end. Against a very, very good team, as we know. They won 5 in a row, so coming in here was going to be tough. But I thought we did enough to win the game. Possession-wise, doesn't always mean everything, but they had a pretty good possession game going. But I felt we were pretty dangerous on the break and could have scored more. But just happy with the 2-0 victory against a good side.
Warren?
Frank, how important was it for you to see the guys finish out that game, especially after that red card, keep the clean sheet intact?
Yeah, very important, Norm. Yeah, I think that anytime you can sort of have a bit of adversity and come through it, you feel good about yourself. So I haven't spoken to them, I just sort of congratulated them individually, but collectively, against a good side that's pushing and great players on the field for them, we got it done. Sean made some good saves at the right times. Some great blocks from our defenders, some great tracking from midfield to try and stop their attacks. And to be honest, they give us chances to kind of see the game off a little bit earlier, but we didn't. But very happy for the guys to get through that, and hopefully that will help us moving into the second half, the rest of the season.
Ryan?
You see a performance like that against a team like that, does part of you think like, darn, you couldn't have done that early this year? Does that frustrate you more with where this team is in the standings, seeing what it's capable of?
Well, I think I've said many times, not so much yourself, but in here, when we have our team, we're pretty good. And, tonight you saw our guys. And, whether you like it or not, there are difference makers. David, Sean, Jeff, to a certain extent, not to say he's not one of the top guys, but he's very good at his job. And I think once you have them all on the field and you can sort of get a bit of a rhythm, you see the team. We've not had, a lot of the guys out for a lot of extended time and they're out together. And the last thing I do is make excuses. It's realism, though. That's the truth. And I feel comfortable with this team against anybody. Yeah, we rolled with the punches tonight a little bit against a good team that's going to attack us and going to open us up. Well, I thought we could have scored 5 goals on the break. We should have. So that's good. So, it is what it is through the season. Yeah, we haven't won enough games, but I know why. And I think that proved tonight that we ain't a bad side against a very, very good team in Dallas. I thought we deserved to win.
Jeff, and then Guillermo?
Frank, you've had games previous this season where you've come into halftime with a lead and you've kind of said, okay, we really need to keep the foot on the gas pedal, and the team hasn't. It seemed like today, after getting the lead, Dallas tried to kind of get control again, but then in the second half, you guys were really pushing the tempo. What was different today than previous games where maybe you guys have gotten a lead and have kind of let off the gas?
Yeah, probably. I'm not going back to the players again, but when David's on the field, it's a little scary for the opposition. So they never really venture too far forward and lead in 1v1 because he's going to score. So they always leave 2 or 3 back. It doesn't always push us right to the limit, if you like, when they attack. So I think just having the personnel on the field to do that, and the belief. David's a very confident guy. I mean, when you speak to me, he knows he's good, and he says it and kind of feels it, which is great. That's what makes him good. Sean's the same, quietly, but he knows he's a good player. He's a good soccer player. In that moment, Sean took the penalty kick and scored it when we needed it. If we'd have missed it, I think we're in trouble. I think they could have maybe got back in it, but we didn't. Got the penalty kick, and then we scored it and saw it through. So I think personnel, belief, feeling that when we have our difference makers on the field, we are a decent side. And I'm not saying we're great, but we're not bad. And I think that's important to know.
Guillermo?
Dallas had a lot of possession, but defensively, it looked like you did a really good job of limiting good looks. Can you talk a little bit about Lovell Palmer, matchup against Castillo, Garrick, and Lorena Woods in the center? And does that performance today kind of affect in any way how you approach the transfer window closing for a defender in the next few days?
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought the back four, and actually even the 4 midfielders in front of them were excellent. We worked a lot on shape. We've worked a lot on getting the right spots and staying with runners, especially against a team like Dallas, who've got tons of pace, tons of ability, and they're very inventive around the goal. And I thought we did a fantastic job of maybe up to the last 15 minutes when we had to, down a man, or the last 10 minutes, I should say, down a man when they started to really press. I thought we did a good job, especially first half, of staying with runners and doing a good job. Yeah, I mean, the transfer window is closing. We're still looking at some options, but again, it's not easy to sign guys right now. But you know, big thing for us. We're still looking. We're still trying to improve the team, and if we can, we will. So yeah, we'll look at that. But I thought we defended very well tonight as a group, especially back four, obviously, and goalkeeper.
Shane?
Frank, what did you see of Matt Watson's red card?
Probably a red. I should. Hopefully he doesn't get an extra game, which I don't think he deserves, but he's going for the ball, doesn't quite clip the fella, but, you know, exposes the bottom of his foot. You can't do that anymore. Like I just said to him, I said that what I liked about you didn't pull out of it and you tried to win the ball. Maybe it went a little hard, a little high, but, you know, you were trying to do the right thing, and, you know, Matt's an honest kid. You know, he felt really bad, but so we got through it, and so be it. So he's okay, but I think it was a red card, yeah.
Brian?
You played David, maybe not quite withdrawn, maybe not quite up front, maybe kind of tucked in between. What did you see of him in that role? Is that something that he might continue on in later in the season?
Yeah, well, we worked, you know, with the coaching staff. We felt that the way Dallas play, they play the high, the fullbacks very high, and they want to, you know, get them into the play. So the plan was to sort of have David hovering around underneath a little bit with Sean on the left, and then get him to burst out, i.e. the goal. I think it worked to a treat where we could spring him, and then he's off. So it's another position David can play. He's played there in Sweden. You know, he's better on the left, I think, for us. Left or that underneath striker is his two spots. And I think just on tactics tonight, I felt it was the correct move for us to move him there. And Sean's a hard-working kid that's going to do his thing. I just think we gave up possession to try and catch him on the break, and it worked.
Danny, last question here.
Yeah, Frank, you singled out and commended the back four in the midfield as well. You know, what would you say about the play of Jeff Loreno, especially coming off a semi-long layoff as well?
Yeah, Jeff's trained probably 3 days full in, I don't know how long he's been out, 4 or 5 weeks probably, something like that. Fantastic, you know, captain's performance. You know, it looks like he hasn't lost a second. He just steps straight in and plays the game. Good players can do that. And Jeff's a fit kid that works hard. He's worked very hard with our fitness coach, and to get him to this level, to be able to, you know, go against a team that's pretty good. And he did very well tonight. I'd say Eric Garrett was really good next to him as well. I thought that them two really, you know, stood their ground, didn't want to get beat, and they did a great job tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys. We will have our regular teleconference tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow.